Minister, he has slammed Donald Trump over the NATO remarks. Keir Starmer has called the comments quite insulting. He has said this after Donald Trump, in fact, claimed that allies have avoided the front lines. On that, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has denounced as insulting Donald Trump's claim that troops from NATO allies avoided the front line in Afghanistan as the anger grows at US President Donald Trump's remark. Listening to what he said.
Start by paying tribute to the 457 of our armed services who lost their lives in Afghanistan. I will never forget their courage, their bravery, and the sacrifice that they made for their country. There are many also who were injured, some with life-changing injuries. And so I consider President Trump's remarks to be insulting and frankly appalling. And I'm not surprised they've caused such hurt to the loved ones of those who were killed or injured, and in fact, across the country.
As well as politicians expressing a view, a lot of the relatives, some bereaved, others whose sons in particular suffered.
On that, let me once again go back to my colleague Srinjoy. Srinjoy, there's a lot of objection coming in on the remarks of Donald Trump, wherein he said that NATO allies avoided the front lines in Afghanistan. Put this into context of what Donald Trump said and the objections that are coming in now.
First of all, there were a lot of NATO troops in Afghanistan, including from European countries, German, French, British. And it must be said that Prime Minister Starmer is saying 457 British soldiers died in Afghanistan. And clearly, if they died in Afghanistan, they died fighting in Afghanistan. They were in Afghanistan. And that's the point he is making. And many, many more were probably injured. Now, many of these people would have been injured by IED blasts. They would have been injured in fighting with the Taliban. Let's not forget that Prince Harry was also in Afghanistan. He's the son of the king, and I don't know, third or fourth in line to the throne. That apart, it has to be said, it is another sign of the rupture that we see between America and Europe. And this again raises a question about the immediate future of NATO. Yes, you could argue that in the long run everything will be fine. But as of now, there appears to be a rupture. It appears that many NATO countries, primarily the European countries that contribute strongly to NATO, whether it's Britain, France, Germany, some of the others, new countries like Sweden and Finland, Poland, which spends 4% of its GDP on defense, as the same going with the Baltic countries, there seems to be disaffection within NATO. And if there is disaffection within the world's most powerful military alliance, then naturally the Western alliance, the relationship between North America, which is Canada, America, and Europe, comes into question.
All right, so there's a lot of anger that is there as far as the comment by US President Donald Trump is concerned. He had said that NATO allies avoided the front line in Afghanistan, a comment that now has come in from UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. He has said that, in fact, he has countered this, calling this insulting comment by Donald Trump. Thanks so